Hello Blender heads, my name is Nawat Belich, speaking you from Argentina. In this video tutorial we are going to see how to use the Oscurart Tools Override tools. These tools allow us to render from several different scenes, obviously always from the same Blender file, and apply different materials using, if we want, different render engines to the same objects. This tutorial is meant to be as a guide to use the Oscurart tools, so it's not probably for people who doesn't understand well how to use the object management system inside Blender of the scene or the scene management system. If you can follow this tutorial, I encourage you to look for scene management groups inside Blender, and I guess this is it. Probably need to know whether what these new copy settings, link object data, and full copy are, and if you know that, that is all that you need to know in order to follow the tutorial. As you can see in this picture, this render, I have a first layer made using a single diffuse material using cycles. The second one, an SSS material using Blender Internal. And a third one, a reflex, we can say pass, buffer, render element, call it as you want. A custom image that I put above the others using a mix mode in order to add something or multiply or whatever. Depending the program you are using, it could be, I don't know, layer, pass, buffer, render element, whatever. Anywho, the scene I'm going to show you how is this setup. Okay, we have our three monkeys. Each one, if this become a little slow, it's because I'm recording this in a laptop, so I'm sorry for that. As I was saying, the scene here, we have a camera playing for lighting, three different monkey geometries, which are named as monkey 001, monkey 000, and monkey. And these three objects are assigned to three different groups, as you can see here. For example, this head monkey is assigned to the group Mono 2. Mono is in Spanish, I'm sorry. It's mono in English would be monkey. So this is Mono 2. This is, I guess, yep, Mono 3 and Mono 1. As you know, every object in Blender can be assigned to several different groups. All these three monkeys are assigned also to a group named meshes. This is in some cases we wanted to, and we will going to see this. We want to every mesh in the scene will be rendered as the same color, for example black, and a single one would be rendered with a color, we can say, I don't know, green or red. We're going to see that in a moment. Another very important thing to have in mind is that in order to render this, we have to use the render tools from the Oscurart tools, because the override uses a Python script, and that is run only if it becomes really difficult to zoom in here. As I was saying, the Oscurart tools, to manage all the different override systems, uses a Python script, and this script is run only if you render using these buttons. It's really simple. This one here render all frames from all scenes, This one renders a single frame from all scenes. This one here, active scene, render the entire sequence for the active scene. This one here, and it renders reach this frame range, and this single frame renders a single frame from the active scene. So at the moment of rendering, we have to use this or create a render batch that this creates a bat file or sh file, depending if you are using Linux or Windows. I am not sure what happened if you are using Mac. I have to check on this. And the last thing that you have to have in mind, actually not the last thing, but to set up the scenario, it's the output. Commonly, at the moment of rendering the output, we want to render the folder path and the name of the file, monkey.png. In this case, we are going to set only the folder path. Why? Because at the moment of hitting or clicking on these buttons, the entire system of the Oscurart tools generates, as you can see, a new folder with the name of the scene. Inside this new folder, you will find several different folders with the names of the scenes inside the file. Inside those folders, let me see if I can have the tree here. Inside your different scene folders, you will find your render layer folder. This render layer is relative to the render layer set up in your single scenes. If I set this name, if I put this name, I don't know, say main render, okay, I'm not going to render this because, as I said, it's a laptop and it will slow. If I change here main render name, this render layer folder will be renamed as main render. Inside this folder, you will find your file. Alright, the output, the file format, and the output, the file format that it is going to use is the one you choose here, as any other file. PNG, OpenEXR, I don't know, XBit, AVI, yes, AVI. Alright. Okay, we have our main scene. Then once you have your scene all set up, the thing that you would like to do is to create a new scene, but with linked objects. The deal with this tool is that in our studio, this is a tool created for us and a specific pipeline. We have a lot of objects, and suddenly these objects are animated. It's really difficult to move, but these objects are animated. So if I am going to the SSS layer, this object should follow the animation. As you may know, all the different types of copy have problem with this workflow. If one type didn't keep the link between objects, so if I change this monkey in this scene, won't change in the other scene, and so on. We can also, I don't know, link materials to the mesh data instead of the object data, but this won't let us to change materials in the different scenes. Another option would it would be to use, if we want to change materials in our different objects, it would be to use, I'm trying to reach it, material override. And this is valid, but the Oscurart tools allow us to change different materials not by layer. Instead of that, it allows us to change it by group. So in a single layer, we can override different materials on different objects. And for this to work well, at least once you have used to use this, it's very I'm sorry for this crappy English of mine. Okay, returning to the pipeline. Once you have your scene set up, your folder path, your material names, and your frame range, this is not absolutely necessary, but it allows you. But if you don't set up this from the beginning, you have to change it later, and this is more work. It's not a big problem. Just going jumping between scenes and setting up the range and the file output. Once you have done this, you want to do a link objects new scene. You want to create a new scene using link objects, and this create a new scene. As you can see here, I did this. Once I did this, I have gone to the bottom of the render layout, and we will find here Oscurart material overrides. Obviously, in order for you to have this and this here, you have to activate the add-on. This add-on is, as I said before, it's for new users. User preference, add-ons, Oscurart tools. You will find there. What do we have here? We have here an add override slot, remove, and transfer overrides. Well, this is simple. Add an override slot, select the group that contains your meshes, and assign a new material, or the material that you want to use to override the original material on those meshes. I did this here. As you can see, meshes is assigned to Blender internal black. This is my convention for naming. Mono 1, monkey 1 is assigned to the Blender internal SSB, monkey 2 to SSA, monkey 3, etc. Once you have set up all these, you have to click transfer override. This transfer override button will create this sentence here. This is sentence right here under override tools is the important thing of the tool. This is the code, the piece of code, the script that is going to say to the override to the Oscurart tools which groups we have which material. Here, down here, these buttons and this UI, it's only a translator for this, and I can assure you that it is really comfortable to use. It also have little buttons to change the order. And this is very important, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. The same way I did the third pass or buffer or the scene. From here I did plus link objects. I have gone to say, well, again, reflejos, and Spanish is reflexes or reflex in English. Here is much simpler. I have configured this as meshes. Remember that meshes, as you can see up here, it contains the 3 different objects. So I have my meshes there, and I applied to it a material called Cycle Full Reflection. This material is black or fake user added to the scene. If I have, I created a plane, I created a material, name, glass, for example, and I set it the flag button or fake user button. Once I have this, I simply erase the plane and I keep the material in the scene. As simple as that. Okay? Okay, once it is all set up, you will click on Oscurart Tools, Render, and click on All Scenes, Frame, or Activated Scene, Frame. To finish this quick video tip or quick video tutorial, we're going to do from the scratch the last pass, that is going to be an RGB mask. And for this, as I said before, we're going to click the plus button, link objects, and I think I have to create, yes, I have to create 3 RGB different materials. Please stay with me for a minute while I'm doing this. Okay. I create 3 different slots. In order for this tool to work, there is a last little thing that I forgot to mention. If your object doesn't have a list material slot, the Oscurart tools wouldn't be able to change the material. The object that you want to be overridden by the Oscurart tools needs to have at least one single material slot. With this, the tool will work. Without this, it won't. But this cube, it has nothing to do with this. This is just a placeholder for my material. Okay, 3 different materials. This is going to be using Blender internal. The render, I'm going to change the name. Blender internal RGB. Mask. Now I'm going to create again a new material. This is going to be VI R. For this, simply shadeless. It's going to do this in a laptop. Shadeless red. Okay. Next. Break the instance. The instancing. Create the sheet. I flag this as a fake user. I forgot to do it in the last one. The last one is blue. But first, break the instance. Create a new material. Blue. Change color to blue. Okay, here we go. And flag it. our three different materials. So light materials, shadeless, delete the cube, we don't need anymore. And now we're going to set up our override environment. Okay. At 4, because I want to show you, because I want to show you something. I'm going to set monkey 1 to R, monkey 2 to blue, monkey 3 to red. And the last one here, I'm going to set meshes to black. Click to transfer overrides. It is now transferred. You can see monkey 1, monkey 2, monkey 3, and meshes black. One thing that you have to keep in mind is that the override tools reads from left to right. So first it's going to apply these overrides, second this one, third this one, and at last this one. Up to down, left to right. So if I would render this, that I'm not sure if it's going to render well, you will see, cross fingers, because I have to start all over again. Then active frame. Now it's rendering using Blender internal, and the rendered result is a black frame. But if I change this to alpha, you can see that the monkeys are there with render crop. If I use the little arrows to change the order, for instance like this, and again transfer the override, you can see that now that at least 2 monkeys should appear with color. As you can see, yeah, I will have our blue, and right there where out of the frame, the render frame, there is a red, and here the black. So the black mesh in this case, and most of the cases, should be at the beginning or at the top of the list. These arrows allows you to change it quickly and simple. Also, you have the crosses if you want to remove an override group with an override material. RBG. Let's render this with all its with using full size. I have to find the border that should be under dimensions. Border, there you are. Now I'm going to render. One last thing is that if you're going to use the batch render option in order to render a batch, one thing that you should one thing that you want probably to do, or that you want to do, is turn off override and turn on placeholders. This is because if you have, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 different machines, computers, and you want to run the render batch on each one of them, the computers will render to the same file, to the same folder, a folder that it should be mapped on a network, inside a network, and other computers will render into that. Override, obviously, at the moment if this is turned off, will detect if a frame with the same number or name is in the folder, and will skip it. And placeholder creates a file with 0 kilobytes in order to keep the place for the file that the machine is rendering at that moment. So you can turn on the batch. Oh, excuse me. You can run the batch on those 5 different machines using this setup, and the files won't be overwritten among them. This is very useful if you are using a render farm or something like that. override off, and placeholder on. In this case, I'm trying to show you a simple example, so I need to overwrite the file that I'm rendering. I need to breathe and think what I am saying in order to finish this. Right, now we can see here our render, and that monkey turns black because I didn't transfer the overrides. I'm going to render again. And here in the folder, if I check my main scene folder, there you go, I have here RGB mask, and inside render layer folder there is our PNG file with the 3 different monkeys. And as you can see, it has no alpha because I didn't turn RGBI inside under the output path. And well, this is just a matter of composition. This is a simple show off, so I'm going to take my mask that I just do. Okay, I'm going to split it. I'm going to try to split it. It's quite difficult to do this from a laptop that is recording, and I have to say it's not a powerful laptop. And we can take this to here. Just wait a moment. There. Take, I don't know, the green monkey as a factor. And maybe change the color. Or something like that. Well, I guess you have the idea. This is it. How to use the Oscurart tools. If you have any doubt or if it's not clear enough, I'm going to try to repeat this simple tutorial. But the tool is really easy to use and really powerful. Thank you for watching, and happy blending.